Ladies and gentlemen, football fans around the world, welcome back, baby, to 3 and Out, right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. That's right, y'all. You already know what we're doing today. We are bringing you 8 divisions of 8 days, but what is this? We're going to do just one day. Oh, yeah. I think Larry B's lost his mind. Speaking about himself in the third person already. Look at that. But hey, it's all good. That's what we do. We are ready. We are locked. We are loaded. And it's about that time, y'all. We have ourselves not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, 8 divisions in the next 4 hours. It's going to be absolute freaking pandemonium, insane, if you will. I'm pumped, y'all. Maybe it was the great lift. I can't even talk. Maybe it was the great lift I had earlier. Maybe it was the coffee I just drank a little bit ago. I don't know. Maybe it was the delicious lunch I had. Or maybe it's just that football is tomorrow. That's right, the Hall of Fame game. Lions, Chargers, Lions, however you want to call it. NFL training camp is officially underway. We're ready to rock and roll, baby. And it's the only show that has an 8-episode season premiere, because that's just how we roll, baby. I'm excited, man. I hope you guys are too. We got ourselves one heck of a show coming up, y'all. Starting things off today with the NFC East. We always start with the champs, right? Well, that's what we're doing. It's about that time. We're going to have ourselves some fun, man. We got 4 awesome guests today, including 4 of our own here at iSports Radio. So it's going to be a jolly good show. I'm so excited, y'all. 4 hours starts now. We are starting things off with the NFC East and working our way through the entire NFL. Grab yourself something delicious to snack on and something good to drink, because like I said, y'all, for the next 4 hours, you are not. For the next 4 hours, though, enjoy some great NFL talk. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out, 8 divisions in 8 days, right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, each and every one of you diehard football fans out there. From the most diehard to the most casual fan, this is 3 and Out, 8 divisions in 8 days. If you're not hyped up, you shouldn't even be in the chat room, because that's just what football does, man. Even though I will complain about it, and it has gotten soft and all of the goods, I know, whatever. We got to play within the rules. Yeah, whatever. I'm excited, man. The greatest sport in all of football is ready to rock and roll, man. I'm so excited. We got ourselves some goodies, man. I'm telling you, today, even though we are starting things, obviously, as we always do, 8 divisions in 8 days, you guys, high school football is getting ready to roll. We got junior college ready to roll. We got, of course, all colleges, Division III, Division II, NAIA, and the NFL. Again, if you love football, man, you're in the right place, because my boy Taryn Rodriguez and myself, this is just the 8 episode season premiere. I'm all over the place, man. Look at me. I can't even contain myself. There's so much football popping out. But every Saturday, 7 a.m. Pacific. What is that? 10 a.m. Eastern. Catch Taryn and I, man. It's like a 2-hour show every time. We go everywhere from high school to the pros, man, and everything in between, all the colleges, everything. FCS, FBS, like I said, D3, D2, doesn't matter. It's 3C2A, NJCAA. What you want, we got it. We are just everywhere. We're a plethora of football, and that's what's going down. So lots of great high school football coming up. Lots of great things coming up. But today we're getting going with our 8-episode season premiere, season 10, you guys, here of 3 and Out. Super excited, man. Lots of great stuff coming up. Big ups to everybody in the chat room, man. We appreciate you all so very much. Yep, that's right, man. I already know the games are coming up tomorrow for high school, so I'm really excited for that one. And of course, my boy Ralph Calise, Taryn Rodriguez. Thank you to everybody in the chat, man. We're going to make these shows huge today. We already got a ton of people tuning in, so thank you guys very much. Let's get to it, man. We can't waste no time. We got so much to get to today in so little bit of time, so let's get on into it, man. You came here for the NFC East, and we're going to start things off where the champions, the reigning champions are, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll be ending with them today on the show. But we got, of course, the Cowboys, the Commanders, the Giants, and the Eagles to talk about. A very, very, very odd division. But I will save all my comments for the end with my final weigh-in. I'm going to let these guys tell you first. But just, Eagles, 14-3 season in the regular season. Amazing. The Commanders did more than I think anybody ever thought they would. Amazing. One of the best turnarounds we've seen in the NFL in a long time. The Cowboys underachieving, underperforming. The Giants looking exactly what the Giants usually look like, which is kind of sad. But what do these four have to say about those teams? Well, we're going to find on out right on after this. Starting things off with the Dallas Cowboys. We're starting things off in the DFW, y'all. Here we go. We're starting things off with Jason Hicks. You are listening to 3 and Out, 8 divisions in 8 days, NFC East, right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I will see y'all in just a bit.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Insider for your Dallas Cowboys. Well, last year did not go the Dallas Cowboys way. We went 7-10, had a bunch of injuries, couldn't stop the run, and we couldn't stop the pass. So we were 7-10, missed the playoffs, got the number 12 pick in the draft. Okay, yeah, so it sucked. Last season sucked so bad because I had high expectations. It was Mike McCarthy's last year on this contract. And, yeah, changes had to be made. So here we are in 2025. Now, the 2025 free agency class for your Dallas Cowboys. Turpin re-signed. Ogie Digizua re-signed. Marquis and got, by committee, Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams to run the ball. So, and we also summed up the defensive line with Solomon Thomas. I don't know if that's really going to help, but it's going to provide some help for this Dallas Cowboys defense. But here's a look on the Dallas Cowboys draft. Now, the Dallas Cowboys had a great draft, okay? They got Booker to help with the offensive line. They got De'Elvion Amikawadu, if I'm saying his name right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. The edge rusher out of Boston College. And one of the steals in the draft, a corner out of East Carolina. Forgot his name. Shadavion Jr., I think. But he's going to be really good. So the Cowboys are very high on these three players. Day 2 of their draft was very big, in my opinion. And we also got Jaden Blue, Hookem. He will be also getting some carries with Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders for your Dallas Cowboys running back situation that I'm not really happy about in 2025. But the Cowboys did. They got out and they traded for George Pickens to go alongside CeeDee Lamb. So with Dak, there's no excuse. You have a number 1, you have a number 2, and you also have Jake Ferguson, and you also have Jalen Tolbert, and you also have a Scootermaker. He's the backup tight end as well that they can throw the ball to. This Cowboys defense led by Micah Parsons, he's still in the talks for a contract extension. It's not a distraction as we say it is right now, but it might be. So hopefully, he is in camp. So, but I think this defense is going to be a lot better under Matt Eberflus because this defense couldn't stop the run. This defense had a hard time stopping the run and deep balls downfield. And our linebackers were not as good last year, so we're hoping that we can improve in the linebacking position this year as well for your Dallas Cowboys. My expectations for this Dallas Cowboys team, I think they're going to go 10-7. I think they're going to get into the wild card spot, and I'm calling it now. They're going to the NFC Championship game for the first time, and God knows when. So yes, Jason on IE Sports Radio is projecting the Dallas Cowboys to go to the NFC Championship game in 2025. So 10-7 is my prediction. The Eagles, in my opinion, are the best in the NFC East. The Washington Redskins as well. They got a quarterback in Jaden Daniels. The Eagles got Hurts. They got Barkley. They got Goddard. They got Smith. Washington's got Jaden Daniels, and he has all their weapons around him. That defense is very good, led by Dan Quinn as the head coach. A lot of Cowboys players are formerly back in Washington. I'm not worried about the Giants. I said it. I'm not worried about those Giants over there in New York. So the Cowboys just got to maybe get to 10-7, maybe sneak in the wild card, and hopefully make a run at the Super Bowl in the NFC East, because I think the NFC East is wide open, besides Philly. So that's my intake on the Dallas Cowboys 2025 season. I desperately hate Philadelphia, but I respect them. And I desperately hate Washington, and I respect them. And I desperately hate New York, but I respect them. And I'm one of those Cowboys fans that just respects all other fans, but in my heart, I just hate them. But that's me. That's Jason Hicks. That's IE Sports Radio, your insider for Dallas Cowboys football. Training camp is finally here. The Cowboys season is about to get started. We're going to have preseason games. It's going to be amazing. And we are energized and we are ready to go. This is Jason Hicks from IE Sports Radio, your insider for the Dallas Cowboys football.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Everybody, this is Daryl Kinsey Jr. from the Extra Mile, shifting gears to talk a little NFL with the 8 divisions in 8 days. And of course, here in D.C., we rep the Washington Commanders, who had a productive offseason, I'll call it that, with adding Laramie Tunsil to our offensive line and buffing up our defense with some veteran leadership in Von Miller. Not expecting him to set the world on fire, but he's there to be the tone set for those young guys in the front 7. So I'm all well and good with him coming to the team. However, my main concern is that as of recording, Terry McLaurin still not signed to an extension. We do not have time to mess around with Jane Daniels' development not having our number 1 threat. We finally got him a decent contract. Adam Peters, just give him the money. He's a $30 million a year player. Just give it to him. But I'm more worried about that and a certain orange individual butting his head where it doesn't belong instead of the other teams in our division. Like, why would I be worried? The Cowboys, Jerry Jones is still alive. That team's not doing anything. I'm not even concerned about them. The Giants are a joke. An absolute joke. There's nothing going on there. And that just leaves Philadelphia. Ooh, we're the Super Bowl champions. Congratulations. You needed Patrick Mahomes to literally tie 2 hands behind his back for you guys to finally beat him in the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Good job, guys. Real good job. Okay? So, yeah, you want to talk, oh, yeah, we beat y'all 55-23. That ain't happening this year. We're getting those 13 wins. We're taking the division by storm, and then we're going to have a parade in February on Constitution Street because the Washington Commanders will be your Super Bowl champions. Deuces.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at @sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
What's going on, everybody? Ricky K here, your New York insider for IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And let's talk some New York football Giants. Training camp's underway. And the Giants, well, they're not coming in on a great note. 3-14 last year. It was a season to forget. Daniel Jones gets hurt. Ineffective. Gets benched. They move on. They try to win. They use Tommy DeVito and Drew Lock. They lose games they should win. They win games they should lose. It ends up costing them the number 1 pick. And you look at this Giant front office, this Giant culture. Joe Shane stays around and Brian Dable stays around. And I think this year they're going to be judged more on how the team looks on the field, more so than wins necessarily. But we're going to get into that as we go through this Giant team. So we look at free agency. What are the big moves? I love what they did in the secondary. You add Javon Holland at safety. You add Paulson Adebo at corner. I think it's going to really help this team because one of the things the Giants lacked last year was a strong secondary. I mean, you look at the secondary led by Deontay Banks at the time. Drew Phillips was a good rookie last year. Tyler Newman was a good rookie last year, but it's a young secondary. And it's really one of the weaknesses on their defense. So adding Adebo, who's a really talented player coming off an injury, you add Holland, who's this really strong veteran, I think it's going to help out big time. Obviously, everyone's going to talk about the quarterbacks. Bring in Russell Wilson. Bring in Jameis Winston. I don't really know if the Giants needed to bring in both. But I think at the same time, those two are really key, I think, to help a young quarterback out, because those two have been through positives as an NFL quarterback and negatives as an NFL quarterback. And when you bring those two in and it goes wonders. I thought Malik Neighbors was great last year in his rookie season, over 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Tyrone Tracy, almost 1,000 yards rushing. He stepped up in a big way. So you have pillars on your offense that are going to be a help, and maybe take a little bit off Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slade, maybe Jalen Hyatt takes a step up this season. Theo Johnson, of course, ended last year early with an injury. I think he's going to step up this year as a tight end. But look at this Giants draft, and I thought the Giants had one of the better drafts in the league. When you bring in Abdul Carter to a pass rush that has Brian Burns, when you have Dexter Lawrence, when you bring in Roy Robertson Harrison for agency, you add a Darius Alexander in the draft from Toledo in round 3. The Giants, I think, have a really good front seven. You've got to like that they have one of the better pass rushers in the league, especially Kayvon Thibodeau with Brian Burns, with Carter. That's only going to be a big boost for this team. So I think adding Carter was big. People can question the Jackson Dart trade. I'm still kind of not sure what Jackson Dart's going to be. I think the best thing for Dart this year is to make sure he maybe doesn't see the field this season, that he continues to learn. Maybe he steps up in year 2. Maybe you see him at the end of the year. Who knows? But Cam Scatterbo from Arizona State, I think he's going to be an excellent running back and a do-it-all kind of player for the Giants. They add Marcus Embo from Purdue. That I think is going to be a big help on the offensive line. Corey Black from Oklahoma State. They also added a player from I think you really overall like what this draft is for the Giants, and I think overall this would be a really good fit. So this year, not exactly sold. Again, the wins could be few and far between. They got one of the tougher schedules in the league, but overall I think they'll be fine. But you look at this division, look, the Eagles, we all know they're great. Saquon Barkley's going to doom the Giants again. But eventually the Eagles' run has got to end some point. They got to maybe have some injuries, but not much negative to say about the Eagles. The Commanders, they're putting a lot of faith in Laramie Tunsil. Will he actually stay healthy at left tackle? How was the Terry McLaurin contract go? I really think Jaden Daniels was going to be fun to watch. And the Cowboys, well, I don't got a lot to say about the Cowboys because I've watched Brian Schottenheimer in New York. I don't really know if Brian Schottenheimer in Dallas is going to necessarily work. That's the NFC East in a nutshell. Be sure to follow us on X at IESR_New York for all the latest in New York sports, including our New York football Giants. Until next time, this is Ricky K saying enjoy the rest of your day.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
What is up? This is Tyler for IE Sports coming to you today for my thoughts as we get ready for the 2025 NFL season. Today talking about the one and only Philadelphia Eagles. Let's get to it. Recapping last season, first and foremost, what else can I say besides what else was there to accomplish? Super Bowl winning season, can't ask for more. Phenomenal roster, phenomenal story, phenomenal team. Let's get to 2025. Free agency. We all know this wasn't the splashiest. As much as you would love to return the exact same team following a championship, we all know that's not realistic in the NFL. With that being said, let's go room by room. Number one, DBs. They had a great season last year, but we had to see a decent reshuffle with some aging stars. We saw Slay, Bradbury, and Gardner Johnson all move on or get moved on. I like bringing in Adoree Jackson. I think it's a solid depth move, bringing some experience. I'm not overly optimistic in terms of production, but we'll talk about the draft in a second. Trading CJ and getting Kenyon Green shows a continued focus on the offensive line, but I'm not personally thrilled about losing both Becton and Gates off that unit. That's one of the units that I would have liked to see stay together coming off the championship season, but in this case, in Howie we trust. A.J. Dillon enters as Kenneth Gainwell departs, making a little bit of a shift in the RB room there. I feel it's pretty lateral in terms of backing up Saquon, but A.J. Dillon was a great 1-2 punch in Green Bay in the past before he had his injury. He missed all last season, so hopefully he can take a little bit more pressure off Saquon than Kenny G was able to do last year. Last but not least, looking at that linebacker edge situation, it did get shaken up with Josh Sweat moving on and Brandon Graham retiring. Both leave big shoes to fill, obviously to different degrees. Entering are Azeez Ojulari and Josh Uche. No doubt in my mind, Uche was targeted to see if we can create another Zach Bond, but I'm not optimistic there. Again, though, in the draft, I think things were addressed pretty well. Getting into the draft, let's first talk DBs. Jihad Campbell at 31. Or at the end of the draft was an absolute steal. I can't say I expect him to start right away, but as Nakobe Dean recovers, I expect him to be in the mix with Jalix Hunt, Nolan Smith, and Jeremiah Trotter. Smail Mondon Jr. in the 6th round. I'll never complain about bringing in more Georgia Bulldogs with multiple national championships to their name. Andrew Mukuba is an exciting add to the DB room as well, considering those departures we talked about earlier. I feel really good here. And then Mac McWilliams, also drafted in round 5. His speed is his standout feature. I'll never complain about a fast DB. And then last but not least, one of my personal favorite picks was Ty Robinson, drafted in the 3rd. I was fist pumping. You can see the Nebraska football on my shelf over my shoulder. Diehard Husker here. This kid can absolutely shred O-lines, and I think with some great offseason coaching and going head-to-head against the Stoutland O-line in camp, he's gonna be NFL ready. Look up his highlights from college if you haven't. He could be a lot of fun. Double and triple teams, still getting sacks, still getting hits, and just a big-bodied dude. I'm really excited about Ty Robinson on a personal note. This season, coming to the season, expectations. Look, I'm a firm believer for any team, it's reasonable to say you can get to your conference championship game, and then those next 2 games become a toss-up. But with that being said, the Eagles have a history dominating NFC championship games. They were super dominant against Washington last season. They shredded the Niners a couple seasons ago. They shredded the Vikings. Now we're getting to ancient history. But I fully expect that if the Eagles make it to the NFC championship game, that championship mentality will push them back into the Super Bowl. Now, whether or not they can hoist another Lombardi, I don't know. But I expect the Eagles to be defending it at the very least come February. Now, division outlook. Again, I expect the Eagles to win the division. The easiest route to make it to the Super Bowl is to win your division, and I think they'll finally break that NFC East streak of no repeat champion since 2004. This is the year. They say hungry dogs run faster, right? But there's a lot of ground for the rest of this division to make up, Washington included. Dallas continues to overspend and put ego over performance. New York, I actually think they're going to be quite a bit better, but that QB room, yikes. I hope there's a hidden camera for content because it's going to be entertaining. It's not going to be good, but it's going to be entertaining. And then Washington, look, Jaden Daniels is the real deal. Don't get me wrong. Y'all deserve to be where you were last season. Respect where respect is due. But year 2 is going to hit hard. You talked a big game only to get exposed. You'd have better taken the right lessons, and I don't think Debo is the right move. But let's end on a positive note. Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl. From there, it's anyone's game. They're going to be one of the best units in the NFL this season, and I fully expect that they are going to be a favorite moving into the Super Bowl.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let's hear it for all these cats, man. That was awesome. I mean, where's my dang applause button, man? that was awesome. Big ups and awesome stuff to every one of those guys. Two in 8 days. We're just getting double applauses. That's what we're doing right now. Thank you guys. Thank you all so very much. Well, I'm excited, man. That was the NFC East season preview with lots of great people. Again, huge thank you to all of them, of course. Starting things off with none other than Mr. Jason Hicks, our DFW insider. Then rolling on over to Daryl Kinsey Jr. over in the DMV, one of our Commanders insiders, along with Mike Pat. Then heading on over to that place, New York. Not a very big place on the U.S. map, right? Talking with Mr. Ricky Keyser, our New York insider here, talk about the Giants, and finish things off there with Tyler, our brand new Philadelphia Eagles insider, also covering St. Louis sports for us here on IE Sports Radio. Great people, man. They did an amazing job. Hats off to them. Make sure you followed every single one of them. Awesome people. And well, there you have it, guys. Well, I am excited, man, because, well, what am I thinking for this final weigh-in? Okay, well, this is always the hardest one for me, right? Every single year. And I don't know. This is a hard one for me because every single year, when it comes to the division where the champs were, right? It's kind of tough because sometimes you want to say they're so good they can repeat, kind of like, these guys here, those Eagles. But I will tell you this, okay? I am a firm believer in the fact that you can totally be a repeat champion if you just put in the work that you did last year and times 10, right? That's kind of how it goes. Okay, let's go ahead and give our flowers, everybody that participated. Thank you guys again. But my final weigh-in goes a little something like this. Last year, look, the Eagles dominated. They did so well. And you know what? Congratulations to them. They did their thing. They got themselves a Lombardi, and it was just awesome. But if you look at this season, man, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's crazy to look. I mean, Jalen Hurts looks to bounce back. He didn't have the best 2024 season, but you know what? They won a Super Bowl. So I don't know. Some people can say what they want to, but it's working, right? The offense still boasts A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and the solid line, and now you got Kellen Moore there. So they'll likely shift towards a more aggressive passing attack. The defense, especially the secondary, must really improve, in my opinion, after giving up big plays last season. Young talent on the defensive line. I mean, we know who they got. Jalen Carter and lots of beasts there. Revamped linebacking core. I mean, they look really good, man. The X factors this year, I don't know. I think they're going to be really, really, really good. They got Hurts, that entire defensive line. They look good. Honestly, a ceiling for me is a 12-5, maybe. They might take a few steps backwards. They might still be really strong, but I think 12-5, 13-4 is fair. And the floor for them is like an 8-9, in my opinion. If they were to fall apart. But honestly, I don't see them falling apart. The only reason why I even give a floor is because I have to give a floor. All right. So there is my thoughts there on the Eagles. Again, I really do feel that they're really strong. And I do feel that this team is really this team is without a doubt a juggernaut. They're going to be very hard to beat. And just like Tyler said, will there be a repeat? I don't know. I want to say, there's going to be a repeat. I want to say that this is a very strong football team that can go out there and dominate like they did last year. But again, we don't know, right? This team there's no question marks on it, really, in my opinion. But at the same exact time, the Commanders are someone to worry about. I know Tyler's not too worried about those guys, but I would say there's something to worry about. All right, they're pretty tough. But next up, I'll say, look, the Cowboys are dangerous with Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Parsons, but their offensive line they're aging, man. I mean, after Tyron Smith left, I mean, I know they got a new Smith, okay, Tyler Smith, but when it comes down to it, they're just not as dominant as they were. Let's be real, okay? The loss of Dan Quinn could really cause a step back on defense, even with talent intact, personally. And Mike McCarthy is on the hot seat, man. So anything short of a deep playoff run may result in some more major changes. What do you do, right? So really, it's can the defense remain elite with Quinn? I think that's the biggest thing. Or I'm sorry, without Quinn. I'm sorry, and misread my notes here, and especially in big moments. I do feel that the Cowboys can hit an 11-6 if they push. I think that's stretching it, but I do feel that the floor for them is about a 7-10. They're not terrible, but they just don't look like a team that jumps out and says, "Hey, we're gonna go win a Super Bowl." So I don't know, or make a deep playoff run. Sorry, Mike, I don't know. We'll see what happens this year, but Washington Commanders. Look, last year was crazy. They played, they did their thing, they got super far. And you look at Dan Quinn era, it renewed hope, right? You got Jaden Daniels. He'll be tested early, and he was last year. He did an amazing job. Big ups to this guy, grew up not too far from where I grew up. See, I grew up in San Bernardino. I grew up in Riverside County. I mean, right in Cajon High School. It's amazing to see this guy where he's at now, and it's awesome. So the defense should be really disciplined under Quinn, and really, young players like Jamin Davis, Emmanuel Forbes. These guys really got to step up. They're a year away from serious competition, in my opinion, from seriously competing. But progress is expected. And when I'm talking about competing, they competed this year. But what I'm saying is like being a really dominant team in the NFL. So I don't know. Jane Daniels is developing under pressure. I want to give these guys another go. I'm going to say a ceiling is like about, maybe 12-5. I think this team can do it. I think they can even go higher than that. Honestly, can maybe even 13 wins. So they just got to make sure the defense does their thing. The offense can handle, but the floor for me is I don't know. I think these guys can be like an 8-9 floor, honestly, because even if they went backwards, they're still good. So there you have it. And then of course the floor. Damn, I can't believe I said that. The floor, but I mean this is really how it goes. The New York Giants, man. Look, Malik Neighbors gives Daniels a true number one, right? But Jones stayed healthy and productive. Saquon's departure just jacked everything up. I mean, he went and won a Super Bowl. The defense has elite pass rushers. Thibodeau, Lawrence. They have some solid players there, but the secondary remains very vulnerable. And if Jones struggles again, the Giants might be looking for yet another dang QB in 2026. All right. So Daniel Jones, really the X factor for me throughout this whole year is can he elevate the offense without Saquon? Last year he couldn't. Can he do it this year? Can these new pieces really make a big difference? So a ceiling for these guys, and this is a stretch when I say this, 9-8. I don't even want to say that. I didn't even sound right coming out because they look Raider bad. Raider fan here. You'll hear a lot of Raider cracks throughout the whole 8 divisions in 8 days, but I just don't see it, guys. I don't see them being a strong team at all. I think they just look kind of crappy. But I just feel that it's just not a deal, so I don't know when it comes down to it. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm over here doing I'm just going off on last year, I guess. My apologies, guys. Jackson, I'm so sorry. My bad from last year. I just saw in the chat here. Yes, this season is just weird all over the place with these guys. Forgive me for fudging on the Giants. As you can see here, the Giants are something that I haven't really cared about. Russell Wilson is their guy this year. My apologies. I don't know why I'm thinking of Daniel Jones. It's because last year, guys, it just left such a bad. Again, it just goes to show you the Giants are just so forgettable. And these guys looked terrible last year with him. So this year, yeah. Russell Wilson, I love him to death. And yes, that's where he went. So as you can see, scraping some of the rust off here on the early stages of 3 and out. But yeah, guys, the Giants, look, you got Winston back there. I believe they got Dart. Neighbors right now, I mean, I think he's hurt. Kind of crazy. But overall, I don't know, man. A new addition of Nunez Roches here. The guy has played pretty darn well. I think he's 1 year, a while in, but overall I just felt like right now his play last year was amazing, but can that defense really hold it up? You know what I mean? Like I just feel like this is just a big deal. If the Giants can't get this in 1 year, how long do you stick with Russell Wilson? You know what I mean? And how long do you go? I'm a dummy. I just looked at my notes right now, guys. I have the Giants with the I have my Colts because I saw Daniels. Wow, that's wonderful. Awesome to make errors on error. But anyway, I got to tell you right now, looking at Russell Wilson, I love him. I think he's a great guy, but this just might be it. I hope it doesn't end in a fiery crash. I really hope it doesn't. But when it comes down to it, guys, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say. There's not a lot there for him. I mean, I like Neighbors, like I said. Who do they got? Tracy back there. Scatabo, as you heard Ricky talk about earlier, solid player. But when it comes down to it, I don't know. I just don't think they have enough firepower. The defense can be solid, but there's so many question marks back there. They just have a slightly good, okay, I want to say slightly, a pretty decent defensive line. But the rest, just there's a lot there, you know. And when you look at this entire roster, I don't know. I like the Giants. I want to say that they're going to be pretty solid, but when it comes down to it, it kind of gets me. It really does. It kind of gets me to look at how good the Eagles are. You know, I want to say that the Giants can have a slight comeback season, but I just don't know, man. They might not be so well. And yeah, big ups to J-Bo in here in the chat room, man. Thanks for catching that for me. Yes, and he says, yeah, they also have, and this is true, they also have Abdul Carter, number 3 overall pick. But guys, I mean, again, look at the Jets. Remember Golston? You guys remember Vernon Golston? I'm not trying to say that Abdul Carter is going to be Vernon Golston, but I'm just saying, you know, it takes a lot more than just a single dude, you know, and I get it every now and then that does happens, but you know, I like what they're doing. They're definitely turning some kind of a corner. And obviously, you know, they're in that base 3-4 defense, that guessing game defense, as I like to say. You never know where the pressure's coming from. But it's just kind of I don't know. It's a weird deal, man, for me. So Russell Wilson, let's see what he does with these guys. Let's see if you know, Jameis Winston gets a chance at some point during this year. I mean, who else do they have back there? Looks like Jackson Dart. I forgot. There's another quarterback in there. Freaking, he'll come to me right now. He's like the backup. DeVito, that's his name. I mean, come on. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be going that far down the depth chart. But overall, guys, again, I just wanted to, you know, circle back on the Giants there. My apologies for the error there. But overall, guys, this is the Eagles. This is their division to lose. I don't see anything going through or any team having to go through any city except for Philadelphia in this division. There's no other way. The Eagles look good. They're strong. You know, this is their division right now, and they rightfully so. The Super Bowl champs are strong, they're good, and there you have it. So yeah, there you go, DeVito. Yep. Tommy, you're mean. You guys are mean. So J-Bo says here in the chat, the Eagles are Commanders in the East. I mean, it's true. I agree. Those are the two right now. Cowboys still got all kinds of issues. Can the Commanders pull this off? You know what? They have one hell of a chance, don't they? Look at last year. They were this close. But again, it's the Eagles division until somebody knocks them off. Let's see if the Commanders do it. I'm still going to go with the Eagles this year, at least one more year, to see how good. I mean, could they repeat? It's a possibility. They look pretty damn good. But can they? Will they? There we go. So again, guys, sorry for the little error there in my notes. Horrible. But I'm really excited, man. I'm really, really excited for this year. And yeah, I guess you can see how excited I am talking about Daniels. I'm sorry. Because that, man, that was a horrible failed project there for the Giants. But with that said, you guys, we're going to call it, man. That was the NFC East. Stay tuned, man. One show down. We got 7 more to go tonight. We are coming up next with the NFC South, man. We got Saints, Panthers, Buccaneers, and Falcons coming your way. And there you have it, man. So again, my apologies for the blip there, but I will tell you, we got ourselves some fun stuff coming forward today, man. Thank you to all of our awesome insiders today jumping on in here. Tyler, Ricky, Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr., and Jason Hicks. That was a lot of fun, and we had ourselves a really good one today. So, oh man, I don't know. Like I said, I don't see anybody winning this division. Obviously, as you heard, as you've seen right now in the comments, I don't see anybody winning this thing except for the Eagles or Commanders. I saw J-Bo in there. Appreciate you both for jumping in, man. Thanks for catching me there. I would look like an idiot moving forward. I would have caught that somewhere down the line today and been like, oh, wow, I screwed up the Giants. So, thank you. But yeah, Bill Russell Wilson found his home. Can Russell Wilson make this his comeback story of the entire century up to this point, 25 years in? We'll see. Will the Eagles repeat, or at least stay an extremely dominant team? Will the Cowboys ever do something that isn't, mediocre, but just good enough to make their fans happy and then let them down? And boy, oh boy, is it Commanders time. I mean, will this team actually knock off the Giants and get there themselves? Will the actual Giants get out of their own way? I mean, so many questions here, but there you go. My final weigh-in, guys. I'm going Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants in the basement. But man, it was a lot of fun. Thanks again, you guys. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Like I said, stay tuned. We have 7 more shows coming on up today. It's going to be good. I got some cobwebs off. I'm feeling good, ready to rock and roll. This foot job. Put your hand in the dirt, get in that 3-point stance, and be ready to explode, baby, because we got ourselves all kinds of football action, man. Thank you again for tuning in, all of you. Hopefully you stick around and jump on to the next stream for the NFC South. Again, we got some great people jumping on that one, man. Mr. T. Fizzle, man. Travis, Panthers insider. Mr. Neil jumping on in here. Corey Poles, our insider for the Buccaneers, and a brand new comer. Who is this James guy? Talking about them Falcons on IE Sports Radio. We'll get into that and plenty more. You guys have been awesome. Thank you very much. And on to the next. This has been 3 and Out, 8 Divisions in 8 Days, episode number 1 for 2025. NFC East. On to the NFC South. I'll see y'all just in a few moments. Peace.